here.
Shave it off with a razor blade, and you tell me, you know, if that was, you'd be happy to lay vinyl straight over that now.
So if you want to paint this, okay, so obviously you can paint over this within 20 minutes. Once it's, you know, hardened up, you can paint it. The nice thing about this product, the polyurethane, okay, this is the 56 CSR. You can, almost any coating works well with this product. Let me state though that for the JF311 product, the 54, not every coating is safe on top of it. If you pick the wrong coating on top, what'll happen is, in exterior applications only I'm talking about now, in exterior with UV, and within a week it'll start to bleed through an ugly orange rust color right through your repair area or your joint. So make certain if you're going to put a coating on top, we recommend a primer to go on top, and that you do a test area. So use your primer plus whatever that material going on top is in a test area. Leave it out in the sun for at least 3 or 4 days to see if it's going to mix, cause a problem or not.
We've done some work with Dulux, and they've got a Dulux Ultra Etch, they call it, which is if you're going to paint over the top. That's sort of
So always use it. Make sure you use the primer. Okay.
So does the product stay that flexible? You know, if you come back a day later to scrape that off?
In an hour's time,
you're not going to move it.
You're not going to touch that. That'll
be a grinder.
That's that's been 5 minutes. So you figure in 20 minutes, if you can drive over it, you're not going to pull it off. You're going to have to grind it.
That said,
you guys let you it straight on.
If you are going to paint over it or something like that, as well as sometimes if you don't get it just at the right time with your blade, it gets a little brittle and it starts pulling out little chips out of the actual repair itself. So if you've gone that far, within the first hour, my best recommendation is a belt sander.
Yeah,
because for that first hour or two, it'll sound like timber as much, so you can do that, and it won't scald out your concrete. But when you start putting a diamond grinder on it, you'll all know.
Yeah. The other thing too is that some of you may have a 4.5-inch grinder with the flap wheel. You know, you can buy those flap wheel grinding wheels. They have the little sandpaper going around and little wedges. That works great too, very fast, and you don't have to damage your substrate at all.
What about, you know, if you're sort of prepping this to put a leveling compound or barrier on top, is there any issue with compatibility with the Ardex levelers or the barriers?
No, if that was the case there, I would, while it was still wet, I would have scraped all the excess off and I would have thrown a bit of sand on it.
Yeah, just
to give it a key.
Yeah, but we've had it on every product that Ardex makes for over 3 or 4 years, and not an issue ever. Never heard of an issue.
So for tilers, the tilers that we deal with, like I say, in the past, they literally had to grind out silicone a joint, make it a movement joint. And so it's that, and that's what costs you money, is every time you visit the job. With this, they can do a whole kitchen, and by smoker, they're starting to lay tiles on it.
So we're putting hydropoxy on that heat. Obviously, at the moment, any cracks or joints we may put the deck with bandage, equal distance over that into our first coat of the hydropoxy.
Wouldn't even bother.
Wouldn't bother. No, not required now.
Not required. Set a bit of sand in the top while it's still wet, just so your hydropoxy gets a key. But your hydropoxy is such a good primer in itself, as long as it's got something to stick to. No need to bandage it.
So obviously, if we're talking about hydropoxy, it doesn't have an issue with moisture coming up.
No.
It's entirely moisture tolerant then.
I mean, nothing's going to come through that.
No.
It's happy to live in a moisture environment.
You can totally submerge that. No problem. Once it's cured, no problem with moisture at all.
Yeah.
You can use it in swimming pools or anything. It's it's got great chemical resistance. This particular product.
So when we talk about all the products we talk about today, if we talk about moisture intolerant, it's only while they cure it. Afterwards, the 100% I think are bulletproof.
Totally.
Okay, sorry,
right.
EJ.
Let's sit back down for another one.